As you all know, I love my cozy mysteries, but there are just not enough of them that I'm aware of that are out on audiobook, and that is why I started this series. Welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads! Let's go! Yes, hello, and welcome or welcome back to Mr. Francy Reads. I am, of course, Mr. Francy, and I'm truly honoured that you've once again chosen to join me today as we look at some more cozy mysteries that are available on audiobook. Before we go any further, just in case you weren't aware, the party does not end here at the booktube channel. I also have a Discord server, loosely referred to as the After Party, and it is called the Sparkle Cafe. The link for that Discord server is in the description, as well as in a pinned comment. We'd love to have your company, and the good news is the subscription is absolutely free. Speaking of subscriptions being absolutely free, if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out, and if you enjoy videos like these, give it a good old thumbs up. That would be amazing. I am going to be talking a whole lot about cozy mysteries for as long as I can, because I'm so excited to do a deep dive into cozies for the unforeseeable future, really. That's all I'm reading at the moment, and I'm enjoying each and every moment of it. Alright, in case you weren't aware, in short, this is a series where I introduce mysteries, cozy mystery series to you all that are available on audiobook. But there are a couple of things to keep in mind. First of all, I want to give credit to my dear friend Ro, without which I would not have this list. Behind the scenes, Ro has done a lot of research into cozy mysteries that are available on audiobook, and let me and everyone else on the Discord server know what those series are. So thank you, Ro. I also want to let you know that sometimes audiobooks are geographically blocked. What this means is that while it may be available in one country, it may not be in another. This is not exclusively the case to cozy mysteries. I've experienced this with many different genres in many different countries all over the world, as in I live in Australia. Others have told me it's not available in their country. So do be mindful of that as we do proceed forward. But it's always good to celebrate cozies that are available on audio, because I don't believe enough of them are. And I really hope that more do come out on audiobook. The good news, audiobook listeners, is that cozy mystery books do seem to be going through a little bit of a trend at the moment, where they are retroactively being audio narrated and placed up as an audiobook. So there is still time, even for those amazing cozies that started them all way back many, many, many moons ago. Alright. That's more than enough of an introduction. We are going to jump right on in. The first cozy mystery series that I am going to announce that is available on audiobook for this second episode of cozy mysteries that are available on audiobook is the Bibliophile mystery series. Book number 1 is called Homicide in hardcover, and this is written by Kate Carlisle. Now, there are 17 books in this series. I can't confirm if all 17 are on audiobook, but I can confirm that at least the first one definitely is. The reason I'm saying this is because I don't want to put promises out there that I can't keep. So all I know with these, they may all be on audiobook, but all I know is at the very least, book 1 will be for every single one of the series that I put out in this series of videos, cozy mysteries that are available on audiobook. Alright. Let's take a look at the premise of Book 1, Homicide in hardcover. Book expert Brooklyn Wainwright discovers that murder is always a bestseller. In the first novel in blah blah blah, Brooklyn Wainwright is a skilled surgeon. Sure, her parents might smell like mold and have spines made of leather. Her patients. My goodness, we'll try that again. Brooklyn Wainwright is a skilled surgeon. Sure, her patients might smell like mold and have spines made of leather, but no ailing book is going to die on her watch. The same can't be said of someone else who has, it seems, passed away. So, it does look like this is to do with, yeah, so what's the series called? It is Bibliophile, so, Just having a look here, don't want to spoil anything. That. Looks like maybe there's even some book restoration that's done in this one. And, some cryptic messages that are left in book number 1. So, very exciting. Alright, now in my last, in the first episode of this series, I mentioned a couple of authors more than once and a couple of themes more than once. I tried to kind of mix up my themes here and there with this one. So let's take a look at the second one. And the second mystery that we are going to be referring to is the Lucky Paws Pet Sitting Mystery Series. Book number 1 is called Death by Chocolate Lab, and it is by Bethany Blake. So, how many books are in this series? I'm glad you asked. So there are 7 books in this series, and we are following pet sitter Daphne Templeton, who has a soft spot for every stray and misfit pet, that is, who wanders into the quaint lakeside village of Sylvan Creek. And it looks like she does her sleuthing aided by Socrates, her taciturn basset hound, and a hyperactive one-eared chihuahua named Artel or Artie, I think. Sorry, I'm having trouble reading this at the moment for some reason. But anyway, that does sound really amazing to me. Pet rescue, all those sorts of things. Just sounds really, really cozy, really beautiful. And so obviously this is animal themed. And yeah, as I say, at least book 1 is available on audiobook. Next up, we have the Kitchen Witch Mystery Series. Book number 1 is called One Poison Pie, and this is written by Lynn Calhoun. There are 7 books in this particular series, so let's take a look and see what the premise is about. First of all, I'm looking at the cover, and I love all the colors that are on that cover. Wow! I mean, I love my cozy covers. Anyway, you'll know how much I love my cozy covers. But the colors on this, I love how vibrant it is. Alright, so Kitchen Witch sounds really like it's up my alley. I've read a Kitchen Witch Cozy Mystery series before, and I really did love that, so let's take a look into this one. Alrighty. So, it looks like we are following Mia or Maya Maloney, who is starting over in Magic Springs, Idaho, where murder is on the menu. What's a kitchen witch to do when her almost fiancé leaves her suddenly single and unemployed? For Mia Maloney, the answers moved to her grandmother's quirky Idaho hometown, where magic is an open secret and witches and warlocks are mostly welcome. With a new gourmet dinner delivery business and a touch of magic in her recipes, Mia's hopes are high, even when her ex's little sister Christina arrives looking for a place to stay. Mia takes it in stride. This sounds really, really fun. I'm sorry. So the Kitchen Witch series that I read revolved around a protagonist who was a kitchen witch who worked in a bakery. This more sounds like we are dealing with, what was it? Gourmet dinner delivery business. That sounds really fun. Like, so what does she do? Does she, put magic into the dishes that she makes and then delivers them? I am really, really intrigued. I mean, color me intrigued with all of these cozy mysteries that I've brought to the table so far in these videos, but I think I might need to keep that tab open and not exit out of it, because I might need to add it somewhere to some sort of a list. That one really, really intrigues me. If you've read this series, let me know what you thought and if it is cozy, standard cozy, or grittier cozy. Alright, let's move on to the next one, shall we? And the next series that we are looking at is the Kelly Jackson Mystery Series. Book number 1 is called Murder at Redwood Cove. This series is by Janet Finsilver, and there are 6 books in this series so far. The first thing I'm noticing about the cover is the beautiful, is it a sunset? I mean, it looks like that it's taken at, twilight or close to sunset time, and I just love that purple sky. It's really, really beautiful. Oh wow. Anyway, so let's take a look at the premise. If it weren't for the fact that she's replacing a dead man, Kelly Jackson would love her new job managing the Redwood Cove Bed and Breakfast. Oh, I love my B&Bs! On the coast of Northern California. But Bob Phillips did unfortunately pass away. And Kelly is starting to think it might not have been an accident. Okay, I'm trying to read and not spoil, but sometimes it's hard to do because some premises will have multiple paragraphs, some will have one, and this one has one. But anyway, okay. This person who passed away, his retired friends, the Silver Sentinels, are also on the case, especially when something else happens that's a spoiler, so we won't say it. But Kelly also has her hands full with overseeing the B&B's annual Taste of Chocolate and Wine Festival. Ooh, interesting. But she's also doing other things as well. That we won't spoil. Okay, so B&B, and in Redwood Cove. I don't know what state it's in, but in Redwood Cove. And looks like in this particular first book in the series, we are doing a chocolate and wine festival. Now, I'm not a big wine fan, I'll just say that, but I love my chocolates, so that could be really interesting. Next up, we have a series with a theme that I haven't heard before, so that makes me really excited. I'm sure there are so many undiscovered themes out there for me to explore, and that's one of like a million different things that has me so excited to go on this cozy mystery binge kick. Let me be clear though, I'm not trying to put pressure on myself, I'm not trying to race through a whole ton of cozies. My thing is, I just only want to read cozies, but I want to read all different types of cozies, and I would love to fill my books with as many bookshelves with as many cozy mysteries as I can. So this theme has me intrigued because I haven't heard of it before. The series is called the Apron Shop series, and it is by Elizabeth Penny. Book number 1 is called Hems and Homicide. I am, as I say, really colour me intrigued about this. An apron shop. I haven't heard of that one. Have you heard of that before? I've heard of like different stores and things like that, but an apron one? That sounds really cool. Anyway, there's 3 books in this series, and the first one, as I say, is called Hems and Homicide. So let's take a look at the premise and see what we have here. Iris Buckley is so, as in sewing, so, ready for a change. How ready is she? Let's find out. After the death of her beloved grandfather, Iris decides to return to her Maine hometown. I love cozies in Maine. Her Maine hometown to help out her widowed grandmother, and there's an elderly person. Anne. Okay, the grandmother's name is Anne. Sorry, I'm just very excited here. To help out her widowed grandmother, Anne, and bring her online handmade apron designs to real-time retail life. Her and Anne's shop, Ruffles and Bows, is set to include all the latest vintage linen fashions, a studio for a sewing group, and classes, and a friendly orange cat. Oh my goodness, there is more that is spoilery, but that's more than enough to intrigue me. They're going to be selling aprons, it's going to be an online store, they're going to have classes, it involves a cat, there's an elderly sleuth. I am keeping this tab open. If you have read the Apron Shop Cozy Mystery series by Elizabeth Penny, please let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. And again, is it cozy, standard cozy, gritty cozy? This sounds like it's going to be right up my alley. I'm sorry, these are full-on genuine reactions that I'm having here. I'm looking into these things going, oh my goodness, I need to read them. But it's fantastic that I can still get excited by reading premises. Anyway, next up, we have a series where the series title very much intrigues me because I just love it so much. It is called the Sunny Side Up series, and it is by Rosie A. Point. Now, there are 5 books out in this series, and I have just clicked on book number 2, so please hold. And here we go. Book number 1 is called Murder Over Easy. Because naturally, is this all about eggs? Because if it is, I am so on board. I mean, I'm putting out these videos for you all, and yet I'm making me happy while doing the video. Anyway, so... Alright, let's read the premise of Murder Over Easy. When Sunny Charles... I love that. The protagonist's name is very similar to Sunny Side Up. It just all works. When Sunny Charles arrives in small town Parfait, Florida. Parfait is the name of the town. I love that. When Sunny Charles arrives in small town Parfait, Florida, the last thing she expects is a note from her aunt instructing her to take control of the famous Sunny Side Up cafe. After going through a vicious divorce, losing her entire life savings, and, oh yeah, having the Russian mob on her tail, really? Sunny is willing to give it a shot, even if it means trying her hand at cooking. Let's face it, eggs over easy aren't exactly easy to make, but they beat facing off against armed men with guns. That premise has me incredibly intrigued, and it is filled with so many puns. I love it so much. I need to keep this tab open too. Wow! You know what I'm going to say, so I'll say it again. Have you read this series? Is it cozy, standard cozy, grittier cozy? Let me know in the comments below, because again, another one that I need to add to my list. Alright, let's get on to the next one. So, this is something that seems also very different, and it is the Lady Ellen Investigates series. It is by Kelly Mason. Book number 1 is called Murder at the Miller's Hotel. There are 5 books in this series, and why does this very much remind me of The Great Gatsby? I didn't like The Great Gatsby. I'm sorry. I have read it, and I read it, I soft DNF'd it, I picked it back up, and then fully DNF'd it, because both times that I read it, I fell asleep. And it wasn't because I was tired. So, everyone can like what they like. This is just, my opinion on that. So is this Great Gatsby inspired? Let's see how we go. The premise is very short, so I'm going to try very hard not to spoil. Okay. While her house is under renovation following its extensive use during the First World War, Lady Ashcombe is staying at Miller's Hotel. She's staying at a hotel, sorry. I was just saying in a recent video, I need a hotel cozy. She's staying at the Miller's Hotel at a popular seaside resort. Then something happens, and that something that happens is kind of funny in the way it happens, but I won't spoil what it is. And then we have to find out, okay, we have to solve the mystery. I'll leave it at that. This, you know what? I'm worried because of the fact that I didn't enjoy The Great Gatsby. And I even watched the movie, and I did not enjoy the movie either. So it just wasn't for me. So do you think, if you've read this series, that I would like it even if I didn't like the book and film adaptation of The Great Gatsby? Let me know. But the fact that she is staying at a hotel at a seaside resort has me incredibly excited. So let me know if you think this is the series for me. And you know what I'm going to ask? Is it cozy, standard cozy, or grittier cozy? Alright, next up, we have another one that seems that it is a very much the same type of theme. I didn't do that intentionally, I promise you. I didn't look at the book covers, but now that I am, I'm going, oh, these look very similar. But anyway, it is called... I'm just confirming they are in fact different series, and they are, yes, okay. It is called the High Society Lady Detective series, and the series is by Sarah... It's either Rosette, or Rose. You'll have to let me know how to pronounce it in the comments below. I'm really sorry. I've not come across this author before. There are 8 books in this series, and book number 1 is called Murder at the Archley Manor. Murder at the Archley Manor. That title really intrigues me, though. It kind of reminds me of Clue in many ways. Anyway, let's take a look at the premise. A high society murder, a spirited lady detective. Can she outclass the killer before an innocent person takes the fall? London 1923, Olive Belgrave needs a job. Despite her aristocratic upbringing, she is penniless. Determined to support herself, she dumps at an unconventional job, looking into the background of her cousin's fiancé, Alfred. Alfred burst into the upper crust world of London's high society, but his answers to questions about his past are decidedly vague. Before Olive can gather more than the basics, something happens, and we go ahead and deal with all of that. Okay, so Murder at the Archley Manor is the first in the high society lady detective series of charming, historical, cozy mysteries. If you like witty banter, glamorous settings, and delightful plot twists, you'll love this series. Travel back to the golden age of detective fiction with Murder at Archley Manor. I am intrigued. I love cast slash class systems and exploring that world building in fiction. So if you think it's a series for me, let me know, and let me know. You know what I'm saying now. I've said enough times. This one, or this one. Okay. Next up, we have the House Flipper mystery series. This series is written by Diane Kelly. There are 7 books in this series, and book number 1 is called Dead as a Door Knocker. It's a perfect title, and there's a little pretty meow meow on the cover. Sorry. I feel like I've seen the covers for maybe like a moment when I first found out about them, but I forgot what they looked like. So now I feel like I'm looking at them with fresh eyes, and so certain things will surprise me. And I'm like, there's a little pretty meow meow on the cover. There's a little cat on the cover. Anyway, okay, so let's take a look at this one. Will this killer deal lead to a dead end? Will this killer deal lead to a dead end? Meet Whitney Whittaker. Oh my gosh, that is a name! Whitney Whittaker. A hopeless romantic when it comes to real estate. She knows what it takes to find and flip the home of one's dreams. A fixer-upper is like catnip to Whitney. She can't resist the challenge of turning an eyesore into a priceless work of art. So when one of her clients decides to liquidate a crumbling property, Whitney seizes the opportunity to purchase it for a song. I love that. But soon a curious incident of the cat in the nighttime leads to a change in tune. I'm just going to read that again. But soon a curious incident of the cat in the nighttime leads to a change in tune. Okay. I loved that second last line. Whitney seizes the opportunity to purchase the property for a song. Really? I love that. That is so awesome. We are very, used to, and therefore steadfast in the idea of the only way to purchase something is to purchase it with money. Or, you know, whether it is like actual cash or using a card or whatever it is, we use money to purchase something. So to purchase it for a song has me so happy. I love that. It's so different. Oh, if only the world could work like that. You know, let's purchase it for a song or for a cooked dish or for, you know, a limerick or whatever. Who knows what else. I love that. Oh my gosh. Have you read this? Which one is it? Let me know. Do you think I'll like it? Let me know. Okay, the final one that we have is one that I didn't know that I actually was aware of, but when I saw the series title for this series, it had me incredibly intrigued, and when I now put up the cover and had it ready to go, I realized, oh yeah, I actually have seen the cover of this book. It is called the LA Night Market series, and it is written by Jennifer J. Chow. There are 2 books so far in this series, although book number 2 is released in 2023, so, do with that what you will. Book number 1 was released in 2022. So yeah, again, do with that what you will. Book number 1 is called Death by Bubble Tea. And let me tell you, that makes 2 things that intrigue me about this series. First of all, LA Night Market. I am yet to come across a night market as the theme for a cozy mystery series. That sounds fantastic. And then when I look at the title, I love my bubble tea. I am a bubble tea fan. Over here in Australia, we call it bubble cup. But it is the same thing. Bubble cup, bubble tea. It is the same thing. And I absolutely love bubble tea so much, so all of this just really intrigues me. The fact that there's only 2 books, I wonder why. I wonder what happened there. Anyway, if you've read the series, let me know. Do you think I'll enjoy it? Let me know. And again, 1, 2, 3. Which one is it? Okay, let's take a look at the premise because, yeah, all of this really intrigues me. So, 2 cousins who start a food stall at their local night market get a serving of murder in this first novel of a delicious new cozy mystery series by Jennifer J. Chow. Okay, so when Yale Yi discovers her cousin Celine is visiting from Hong Kong, she is obliged to play tour guide to a relative she hasn't seen in 20 years. Not only that, but her father thinks it's a wonderful idea for them to bond by running a food stall together at the Eastwood Village night market. Yale hasn't cooked in years, and she hardly considers Celine's career as a social media influencer as adequate experience, you think? But because she's just lost her job at the local bookstore, she feels she has no choice. Yale and Celine serve small dishes and refreshing drinks. And while business is slow, it eventually picks up thanks to Celine's surprisingly useful marketing ideas. They are quite shocked that their bubble tea in particular is a hit. Yay! This has me very, very, very excited. Do you think I'll love this one? Because, LA Night Market, the idea, and tell me if you disagree with this, because obviously, as readers, we're not a monolith, and if you've read cozies and you're into cozies, tell me your thoughts. The idea of a cozy that has a theme that is literally set at nighttime, it's not something that that I would think of right away. Usually, you're thinking, happy daytime, the sun is shining, the flowers are looking towards the sun and they're open and whatever. It's cozy, right? So, the first thought that I would have with nighttime, and I'm certainly stereotyping here, I'm aware of that, but I used to read a plethora of genres, but nighttime I would think like horrors, maybe just a standard mystery, a thriller, things like that, but a night tone for a cozy mystery series is very different, and it could be really, really good. So yeah, let me know what you think, and let me know if you think I'll love it. I do put out these videos for y'all, seriously I do, because I want to expose cozy mysteries, and in this case expose cozy mysteries that are available on audiobook, because definitely not enough of them are. But then I come across them while I'm doing the videos and go, oh my gosh, I want to read this. So I did not expect that to happen, and clearly I don't read the premises before I film the videos, so that's why you're getting these genuine reactions when I do it. So yeah, let me know, because I have, of the 10 series I've shown you all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that I'm interested in, which is really a whole lot more than I thought I was going to. Alright, that is where I am going to leave it for today. If you have a cozy mystery book or series that you would like for me to discuss, whether it be an actual series, an actual specific book, or a theme, or an author, or whatever it is to do with cozies, please do not hesitate to let me know either in the comment section below or over on my Discord. Once again, in case you missed the intro earlier, the link to my Discord can be found in the first pinned comment as well as in the description. It is the Sparkle Cafe. It is free to join, and it is a lovely after party where we celebrate the things we do here. peace, blessings, love, being kind, loving one another, spreading a sparkling energy, all that sort of stuff when it comes to reading. So yeah, we'd love to have your company over there. But in the meantime, that is where we will leave it for today until another audiobook video does come to pass, which won't be too far away at all. Letting you all go with peace, blessings, and so much love. Please do be kind, love one another, and spread your sparkling energy all throughout the world. And until next time, happy reading. Bye, everyone!